Tasty Thursday again. We're getting ready to travel, and today we're going to Africa. We're actually going to the central west coast of Africa to a country called Gabon. And we're going to make a delicious recipe. It's kind of an African dessert. It's very popular in any country that you go to, and it is called plantains. This is what a plantain looks like. However, before we get started on our recipe, I have a friend who is actually from Gabon. She was born there. So she and I took a little trip to the grocery store, and she is going to tell us in just a minute about some of her favorite fruits from Gabon, and then we're going to come back and make our plantains.
Hi, I was born in Central Africa in a country called Gabon, which is considered West Africa, but it's really Central Africa. And I was born on the coast, and when I was younger, I lived there for about 5 years, and my favorite food there were the mangoes. So today I'm going to show you which kind of mangoes to pick. When you're getting mangoes, you want to make sure that when you feel it, that they're soft, but not too soft, and you don't want very hard mangoes. So the more red they are, the better they usually are also. Okay, in Gabon, it's a very tropical country, so you have a lot of fruit like mangoes, and there are coconuts there. They also have plantains, and they have tomatoes and onions. And if you're going to get plantain, they're very, very good. And you can have them a couple of ways. One way is that if you get one and they look more yellow like a banana, then you can take it and cut it usually in half, and you steam it, and then you just eat it kind of like a potato. And then if they're this color, you usually want to wait until they're really black and black all over. And when they're like that, you cut them into little pieces, like about that big, and then you fry them with oil until they turn a golden brown, and then you flip them over until both sides are golden brown also, and then you take them out and then you eat them like that. In Gabon, they're usually used as a dessert, and they're very, very good. Also, along the beaches there are tropical palm trees, and they always had coconuts on them. And so people would climb up the tree, and then they'd take the coconuts and knock them off the tree. And then when they'd fall on the ground, people on the ground would take it and use a hammer and crack them open, and then you just drink the juice out of there, and it's really good. Other stuff they grow in Gabon are, they grow onions, like these, and they also grow tomatoes. In Gabon, there is this big tribe that is basically throughout the entirety of Gabon, and that tribe is called the Fang tribe. And in the Fang tribe, they speak Fang, but then there's also little branches of the Fang tribe. Like, I'm a part of the tribe, but the specific branch is the Eba, and there are many different tribes, like many different smaller branches of the Fang tribe throughout Gabon. And so in Fang, there are a couple phrases that are pretty easy to say, and so the first, when you say hello to one person, you say mbolo, and when you say hello to many people, it's mblani. And then when you're asking someone, how are you, it's wakove. And also in Fang, how you say plantains is ekwan.
Wasn't that interesting to learn about all those fruits? One of my favorites was when she was talking about the men climbing up the trees to knock the coconuts down and knocking them open with a hammer. That would be pretty funny to watch. Okay, so while we were at the grocery store, she helped me choose a plantain for today's recipe. And you'll notice that this is really black, and you might think it's rotten, but this is actually the best time to make fried plantains. This recipe is one that you're going to need your adult assistant to help you with because there is some frying on the stove involved. So over here I've got some oil heating up. It's nice and hot and ready to go. So we need to just slice our plantain up. So this is the part that you can do. So you're going to take your plantain, and ours is all black. You're going to cut off the end, off each end. Now this kind of looks like a banana, but you'll notice inside that a plantain has a little more color inside than a regular banana does. So then you're going to just take your knife and slice it down the middle, right down the middle of the skin, and then you know it's ripe when it just peels off. So you can see it's just peeling right off. Kind of like you're taking off a jacket or something of the plantain. It just comes right off. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to get all this extra little skin off first, so it's nice and smooth. Okay, and then we're going to take our knife. Now we're going to just make little tiny diagonal cuts here in our plantain so that each piece looks like this. So I'm going to finish slicing these up. This is something, if you're making this recipe for your family, you might need a couple of plantains, so you might need a couple people making your diagonal slices. I think this is probably about as many as will fit in my pan, so we'll stop there. Okay, this is a splatter screen. Some of your moms might have this when you fry things. This is a handy tool to have because otherwise your oil wants to go all over the place. So you put this on top so it keeps the oil in the pan. Alright, so we're going to you'll hear it in just a minute. Well, I don't know if you can hear that very well in the video, but, oh, there you go. Our plantains are starting to sizzle. Now we're going to fry these until they get golden brown. And you want to be sure that you have enough oil in your pan so that it cooks on both sides. That looks just about, well, maybe we can get this one more in there. Okay, so we're going to put our splatter guard back on, and we're going to watch these for just a couple of minutes. It'll take 2 to 3 minutes to get golden brown, and then we'll flip them over. So in the meantime, we have one of our viewers who is going to share some interesting facts about Africa that she thought we would find very interesting. So viewer with Africa Facts, take it away.
Hi, Liz. Do you want to know some interesting facts about Africa? Over 2,000 different languages are spoken in Africa. 1 billion people live in Africa, and almost half of them are under 15 years old. They wear different clothes and don't wear shoes, and they shave their heads because Africa is so hot. On special occasions, they put eggs inside a fish, the fish inside a chicken, the chicken inside a sheep, the sheep inside a camel, and roast it like a Thanksgiving turkey. Bye, Aunt Liz.
Alright, so our plantains are almost finished. Actually, I think they are finished. We can take them out of our oil. Now, this is, again, something that your adult assistant is going to need to do because the oil is very, very hot. But a job you could do is you need to have paper towels put on a plate. So you could fold up some paper towels and just lay them on a plate, and that's where we're going to let our plantains kind of dry off a little bit. So as you can see, they're nice and golden brown. Now I ended up letting these go for about 4 minutes each side, so I'm going to just take them out and lay them on our paper towel, and the paper towel is going to soak up some of the oil so that when we eat the plantains, they're not greasy. They have a beautiful color. Now, these plantains are delicious just as they are. You don't have to do anything else to them. But if you want to really have an excellent tasting treat, well, if we were in Gabon, this is how we would eat them. We wouldn't do anything else to them. But because most of you live in the United States, you could put a United States taste on the plantains and serve these over ice cream. Or if you have a bowl of vanilla ice cream, you could just put a couple of plantains alongside That would be really delicious. Now, the interesting thing is that I don't like regular bananas, but I do like these. When I tried them, it was just enough sweetness that I thought, wow, that is really good. So, I really think that you'll like these, whether you like regular bananas or don't like regular bananas. I think plantains might become some of your new favorite food. So, let's see what taste tester thinks.
Bring your family and friends.
Aunt Liz TV!
She's a magician in the kitchen.
Aunt Liz TV!
Watched on Mondays and Thursdays.
Aunt Liz TV!
Cooking yummy foods and tasty treats.
Aunt Liz TV!
Give up orders and taste the fun sleep.